No. The title's not clickbait. Adriana Smith in Georgia, 30-year-old nurse and a mother, was about 9 weeks pregnant in February when doctors declared her brain not functioning. She no longer is alive technically. She can't even be here for the conversation that we're going to have about her today because she genuinely has no brain functions, but she's being kept currently on life support in order to deliver a child. Now, I'm a man. You may not be able to tell that because you probably hear listening to my voice and can't tell from the sultry undertones behind it, but I'm a man. So I don't know what it's like to carry a baby. I have no clue. I'm merely half of the process of making a child. I am the impetus that puts inside the egg, the sperm that goes inside the egg that makes the baby. I am half of that process. However, the bulk work of it, the baking process, the ingredients I bought, but the baking, the actual mixing and stirring, that is all a woman's aspect. That's how it works. That's how you put it in the oven, but the oven has to work. The oven needs electricity, and that's what's going on there. And the electricity is being pumped by the nurses and the doctors that are deciding that, well, we can't destroy this child because Georgia is pro-life completely, and they refuse to get rid of the baby. Now, I'm gonna answer this question that you may have right now. What do you think about this? I'm angry. I'm violently pissed by this entire situation. No jokes, no quips at the current moment. I might do something later. Who knows what's going to happen when I get to spazzing out and speaking in a rant mode. But I am angry at this entire situation. The disgusting nature of the doctors, the disgusting nature of what's happening there, the disgusting nature of what's happening. And I want you to look at me in the eyes when I say this. I want you to say her name. I want you to say her name. I really do. Adriana Smith is a 30-year-old woman that is currently having a pregnancy when she is not even functioning in the brain. Her brain doesn't work. She can't actively have any cognitive decision currently with how the baby is choosing to be born. She is currently brain dead. That's literally what's happening there. And the doctors at Georgia state the doctors are choosing to keep the baby alive. Now, if you deeply care about children, if you deeply care about life, you should know that this is just ethically and morally just disgusting. This is the most disgusting thing to ever do. She is a mother who will not have the chance to see her child. Now, you could say, well, the child could go into adoption, so you're forcing a child immediately to go into adoption. It shows me that pro-lifers immediately do not care about what happens after the child is born. Only thing they care about is the child in itself being born. Only thing that matters to people is the child coming into this reality. We'll figure all that stuff out later. That's what it means to be a parent, to figure it out later. Nobody knows what it's like to be a parent. We now have the resources to know how to parent correctly. We're going to be the first generation of parents to know that how we affect our children affects them in the later half of their life. That's the important aspect here. But no, what's happening here is we're witnessing a woman being forced to be exactly what people view her in society. She is just a baby maker. That is it. That is all she's being used as. That is it. They don't value her decision. They don't value her life. They don't value anything about her. They just value one thing about her. She was 9 weeks pregnant when this happened. She may not have even known about the pregnancy. Who knows if she was even trying for a baby. But now we are forcing life into this reality without even discovering it. People often say, I didn't ask to be born. This is a child who probably, for all intents and purposes, would enjoy a mother, would enjoy to know their lineage, would enjoy things. I know you're probably saying to yourself, do you want to not be here? Yes, 100%. I'm not gonna lie to you, 100%. If I had a choice, I wouldn't choose this reality. You guys are horrible to be around all the time. I'm not enjoying any second of this because I get to deal with people that do stuff like this, that treat people as if they're nothing but useful tools. That's all people are to people, are tools. That's all I'm feeling with this story. That's all I'm learning about this every single second. This is disgusting. It is stupid. It is nasty. It is gross. It is primal in nature how to do this. We have the technology to keep this woman organs alive, to keep her alive, to feed nutrients into the baby, but the baby will be born. Nobody will hold the baby afterwards besides some random woman who has no connection to this child. The child will not have the beauty and experience of having a mother that cares for them in any capacity. They'll probably be shipped off to the adoption agency. Oh, but the grandmother could raise it. Who knows? The grandmother wants to raise a baby. Look at me when I say this. Look at me. This is disgusting. I am violently mad by everything I'm witnessing, from the conversations that are having about it, from people saying that this is justified, from people saying, well, she shouldn't have got pregnant, she should have used protection. That's all I'm hearing from people from every side. It's disgusting. She is carrying the baby. She should be allowed to decide what happens with her own body. If the baby can exist without her, then by all means, take the baby out right now. But because the stringent, disgusting, stupid, ignoramus level of abortion laws that are going on is happening, it feels nasty. I would like to tell you a tale, if I would. Back in my day, back about 12 years ago, back when I was 16, I had a friend who was attacked by a man, and the man implanted a baby inside of my friend. My friend was 14 at the time. The parents were rightfully upset. They wanted to figure out what the guy was, but the mother said she should get rid of the baby. The dad said, why would you get rid of the baby? Because the baby didn't decide for you to wear what you were wearing. This caused this whole thing, this big issue, how it wasn't the man's fault, despite the fact the dad was mad. He said it was the daughter's fault for dressing how she was when she was 14. And this caused this big spark issue within her household, and she ended up living with her grandmother. Grandmother said, I will help you get rid of the baby. And thus, this whole thing happened, where the father kidnapped my friend, fed her, locked her in the basement in order to have her have the baby, because he wanted a grandchild despite what was going on. The person that attacked the little girl is in jail. The father of that child is in jail. The child was born. And the dad ended up attacking the child upon screaming, to the point where he is now impaired all over. It's a very horrifying situation and disgusting, and I hate it. And I hate every second of what I just said, because that's a real situation that happened in Detroit, Michigan, to my friend. And I hate every second of what happened in that situation, because she was only viewed as a vessel to carry a child, and that's all she was viewed as, and that's all that happened. And everybody is going to say, well, that could have went different ways. What if the dad was nice? What if this? What if that? It's not about what ifs. This is reality right now. It's not about what could happen. It's about what's going to happen. Because when that child is born from Adriana Smith, when she is born, when that child comes out, when that child is born, what's going to happen is that the government is going to wreck the rails of the child, send it into the adoption agency, and that child is going to hate this existence because it was forced to be born. The child was forced to be here. A coalition of cells that was forced to be here upon a mother who is actively not even cognizant, doesn't even have the choice to. The world is deciding what happens, and that is disgusting. And that is the entire thing behind pro-life, because the baby's alive in there. The baby's alive. I'm sure it's alive in there. Oh, look, it's alive in there. Is all you see. You don't see the vessel that is carrying the baby. You just see the baby, because you care about kids until it's time to care about kids and the realness of the way. You're not going to raise the kid yourself. You're not going to buy the kids the stuff. You're not going to adopt the child. You're not going to do that. Oh, but some people can't have kids, and it would be great if that child had a mother and a father upon the people that can't have children. I say this as somebody that has been through the government and the system. No. I say this as somebody that's been through that. No. This is completely different. It is drastically different. It is not a mother who is choosing to give up a child. It is a mother who's not even alive, and they are keeping her alive through a Frankenstein-level machination garbage. This is stupid. I hate this. It's the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It's disgusting. And the fact that we're having ethical conversations about if we should keep a woman alive just to carry a baby should tell you everything you need to know about how people view women in society. It should tell you everything you need to know about how people view women in society. Didn't even use my green screen. Just angry. Just pissed. This is stupid. I hate this.
I'm your Nick at night, be my Laura. Ooh, happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. Ooh, I love the ride.